What's going on, Flavorist? This is Ray Aquino. I'm a YouTuber and Instagram influencer, and I'm also responsible for part of the media at VanGo Vapes. And today, I'm gonna show you guys some techniques I normally use for editing VanGo photos and also my photos as well. And before we get started, today is the first Flavorist tutorials. So we're gonna be showing you guys some of the techniques and skills we normally use for photos, for actually everything we do, even vape tricks. We're gonna have from like how to take a photo, how to make a video, how to edit a video, everything. We're gonna teach you guys everything we know, so you can improve the quality of your videos and photos and grow as a person and a social media influencer. First of all, I'm using the Lightroom CC. I'm gonna show you the basics and some skills I have. I'm not gonna show every single thing because it's a pretty complex software. So first of all, we're gonna click on this plus button right here so we can import our photos and start playing with them. And then normally we have a couple more photos than just 3, but I'm gonna show you a really good difference between all of those 3. So we have 3 kind of same shots in here. So what are the difference between them and why they're so important to choose the right one? Before you start editing, you gotta choose the photo, right? So normally what I do, there's a thing called Fibonacci's law. So the Fibonacci's law, it's applied to most of the photos and most of the photographers use it. Quick explanation about the Fibonacci, also known as a spiral law. So it's literally like a spiral that does that. Kind of, not really. So the bottle should be in this spot right here and not here, not here, or not here. I'm gonna choose one of these 3. So I believe in my perspective right now, just looking around here. So this one, you see there's this reddish lights with the white lights in the background. This is a raw photo. So it actually matches with the bottle I wanted to show on the picture. And so I would like look into it and say, okay, that could be really good for the Instagram. You delete both the photos you're not using anymore. You just click with the right button and you delete them. And now you have only yours to work. So the editing panel is this one right here. So what we have in here, we have our light, color, effects, detail, optics, and geometry. We're not gonna really worry about the geometry, not really much about the optics today. We're gonna really care about this 4 right here: light, color, effects, and detail. Before anything, you wanna be able to cut your photo in the proper way. For example, on Instagram we have the squared photo or the really wide, like this one, like 1920 by 1080, which is the HD photo, right? This is the editing panel. So we're gonna skip him for a bit. We're gonna be going to the second one. This is the crop panel. You just literally gonna like cut the picture in the resolution you wanna be. Normally I do squared photos for Instagram. So I click original and 1 by 1. And let's think about the Fibonacci again now. So if we draw now our Fibonacci, it's gonna be right here. So I want the bottle to be here. After this, you can go back to the color panel. We're gonna go back to here, and then I see like, okay, that looks better. That looks better. Now we're gonna jump onto editing. So let's start with the light. So here we have exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks. Normally I put a little bit of my exposure up, so plus 40 kind of ish. I don't have a certain preset. You can also make your preset, but that's topic for another video. And then you have a contrast. I put a little down. I see the shadows here, so like, okay. White's a little bit too much. I'm gonna take a little bit more, and I'm gonna put a little less blacks, and then we're gonna jump onto color. That's the most dangerous part. If you do too much of this or too much of this, you know you're gonna like not do the best on your photo. If you want a warmer photo, you can do this, or if you wanna, you can put to the right. If you want a colder photo, you can put to the left. Cold photos look pretty good on Instagram. So tint, you don't wanna really use that unless you're doing some effects, kind of sci-fi. I don't really use most of the time. Vibrance, you can also play with this. This is very dangerous to play. Don't put like this. The photo would look really. It's too much colors, too much going on. People won't like it. Color mixer, you don't want to really play with this. I normally disable it, and I don't want to play with that right now because, for example, if this color here was purple, I would have to go on the color purple and change it. You can change the color of the specific color you changed. And you can change the hue or the saturation or the luminance. But in this case, we're not gonna use it. Effects, that's a very, very important part of your editing. So let's do the clarity one. If you do a lot of clarity, you see there's like the color is very, very kind of weird. But some people like this kind of effect, and if you put all the way to the left, it's gonna like kind of blur. So normally what I do, I just put a little bit to the right, and then there's the dehaze. That's like that kind of hazy photo people like to do. Like I normally don't really like this kind of style, so I will just put a little bit like this. Vignette, it's on the edges, right? You can put the white edges or the dark edges. Be careful to don't do this. That really looks unprofessional or really bad for you. So normally you put a little bit like this. You put the midpoint a little bit wider, and then in feather you're gonna put as much as you can. Actually, it's really good to put a feather. In this case, I think it's too much for me, so I just want a little bit. I don't want a lot. And on details, we have sharpening, noise reduction, and then details for noise reduction and contrast for noise reduction. And then we have color reductions as well. So you can always click in here, and you can always do the radios of the sharpening, detail, masking. There's all these little details you can actually play with it. I'm not gonna go into all of them. What's the sharpening? The sharpening is literally what it says. It sharps the photo. So let's zoom in here, go into sharpening, and you're gonna see how the photo looks way more sharpy. Look, that's the photo, and it kind of focus for you what you don't have focus. Noise reduction, I normally use a lot to make the photo a bit better. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this photo. I feel that the photo is a little bit dark. Rate what I do if my photo is really dark. So you go back to light, and you're gonna increase a little bit of the exposure and take a little bit off the contrast. Check if the highlights will change a little bit. It's like didn't change a little bit. So you need to actually play with it and see what's better for you, right? So I believe I took too much of the whites. So I want the bottle to pop up a little more, and I'm gonna give it more white and put it more black too. So my bottle is more highlighted in the middle of the photo. That's pretty much it for this. After you're done, you just click with the right button and save. It's a big difference when you choose your photo shot you take, putting a little bit to the side. It's everything related to a specific reason for if it's actually good for people's eyes, attractive for people's eyes. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video. Yeah, thank you so much, and I see you guys on the next episode. Peace.